The Woman King is a historical action film released in 2022, directed by General Nanisca. The film stars Viola Davis as General Nanisca, the leader of the Agojie, an all-female warrior unit in the Kingdom of Dahomey, located in present-day Benin. The story is inspired by true events and explores themes of power, resilience, and the fight for freedom. The Woman King 2022, West Africa, 1823, an opening crawl states that the Kingdom of Dahomey has crowned a young king, 𝒂𝒂𝒏. Their enemies, the Oyo Empire, have teamed up with the Mohi people to capture the Dahomey villagers and give them to European slave traders. The Oyo have an advantage with their guns and horses. The Dahomey have a group of female Amazon warriors, the Agojie, led by General Nanisca, Viola Davis, who are said to protect their kingdom. The Agojie infiltrate a Mohi village, slaughtering the soldiers before coming across the captured villagers and freeing them. In the morning, the Agojie mourn their dead and escort the captives back home. The warriors return home before more Oyo arrive, and 𝒂𝒂𝒏 considers Nanisca his most trusted soldier. A young woman, 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕, is brought to a man who would marry her, even though he is older and brutish. When 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 doesn't respond to the man, he slaps her, and she responds by pushing him hard enough for him to fall over. He is angered and refuses to marry her. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕's father brings her to the Agojie and offers her to the king. She is taken in by an Agojie soldier, 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕. Oyo soldiers, led by General 𝒂𝒂𝒏, Jimmy Odikoya, come across the corpses of their comrades. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 insults them for letting their fellow soldiers get murdered by women, and they plan their next move against Dahomey. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 addresses his council to discuss the Oyo threat. Nanisca also brings up the slave trade and says it casts a dark shadow on their kingdom to be selling off their people. She proposes that they deal in gold or palm oil for trading. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 tells Nanisca to show him how much palm oil they can produce before he makes his decision. Nanisca's right-hand woman 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒈 addresses the new Agojie recruits, telling them they will fight and potentially die for their kingdom. Several women leave, but a large group, including 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕, choose to stay. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 then tells 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 to go bathe, so she does and speaks personally to Nanisca. The women begin their training. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 does not understand why they begin with ropes, feeling she should start with a bladed weapon until Nanisca allows her to try on a wooden statue to decapitate it. The sword is too heavy for 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕, and Nanisca chops the head off with one swing. At night, 𝒂𝒂𝒏 speaks to 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 and talks about how her mother allowed men to abuse her until she fought back. The women continue training later on by running, firing rifles, and learning combat skills. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 plays a prank where she sets off a small explosive on one of the statues. She takes the blame for it as Nanisca chastises her for it. Later, 𝒂𝒂𝒏 tells 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 about how Nanisca's deeds are considered legendary since she rose to her ranks after being a captive and left for dead. 𝒂𝒐𝒏 visits Nanisca in her hut, and then tells her, using special notes, that she sees somebody from Nanisca's past coming back for her. Outside, Nanisca watches as 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 practices her sword-wielding skills on one of the statues. The Oyo arrive at the kingdom's gates for a confrontation with 𝒂𝒂𝒏. When 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕 steps forward, Nanisca becomes horrified, as 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕 raped her repeatedly when she was a captive. They order tributes and demand 40 Agojie warriors, but 𝒂𝒂𝒏 only allows 20. Nanisca tells 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒕 that her vision is true. Portuguese settlers arrived in Africa, led by Captain Santo Ferreira and his friend Malik, the latter whose mother was Dahomey. When Malik sees the captured natives, he feels horrified. The men join the scene as the Agojie confront the Oyo. Nanisca says they will not give them tributes and instead delivers 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕 the severed heads of his men. A fight breaks out between the two tribes, wherein 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 sees an opportunity to free the captives, which Nanisca says deviates from their plan. After they escape, Nanisca chews 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒕 out for it, but 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒕 privately tells Nanisca that it was 𝒂𝒑𝒐𝒏 who deviated from the plan, as she was more concerned with killing 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕. Ferreira and Malik meet with 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒕 and his soldiers as they discuss plans for the Oyo to team up with other tribes to invade Dahomey and capture more villagers to sell off. Malik appears uncomfortable with the news. He later goes by the water to bathe, where he is found in the nude by Noe. She accuses him of being a slave, but he denies it and tells her about his Dahomey heritage. He gives her a piece of jewelry before she retreats to the others. The kingdom holds a small tournament where the Agojie trainees go through an obstacle course involving thorn bushes, climbing a wall, fighting enemies, and finally decapitating one of the statues. Noe comes out as the victor, and Ǩ𝒏𝒏 acknowledges her skill and talent. Later, while tending to Noe's wounds, Nanisca feels something on the girl's arm. She goes back to her room and is followed by 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏, as Nanisca asks her about a child that she had given up long ago because she is beginning to suspect that Noe might be that child. 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 speaks to Ǩ𝒏𝒏 about his plans to potentially seize Dahomey's part in the slave trade, telling him that his riches come from the slaves, and without them, his kingdom would be nothing and unprotected. Ǩ𝒏𝒏 retorts that if the Europeans are no longer of use to him, then they are also unprotected. 𝒂𝒑𝒏 senses that Noe might like Malik after watching them speak discreetly while 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 is talking to Ǩ𝒏𝒏. They later meet in secret, where Noe gives Malik a totem to keep him safe. When he says that he has nothing to give her, she simply takes one of his knives. Noe goes to bathe and encounters Nanisca, who chastises her for sneaking off for Malik. After arguing, Nanisca approaches Noe and tells her about the baby she gave up. She was a product of rape, and 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 helped Nanisca hide her and give her away. Nanisca remembers cutting the child's left arm and sticking a shark tooth in it. Nanisca cuts into Noe's arm and pulls out the tooth, confirming that Noe is indeed her daughter, and therefore the daughter of 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 as well. Noe lives in disbelief. The following morning, Nanisca and some of her soldiers keep an eye out on the Oyo camp. They set fire to their gunpowder and caused multiple explosions, scaring their horses away and leaving them vulnerable. The Agojie launch an attack, leading to a fierce and bloody battle that leaves many Oyo and Agojie dead and leads to some of the women, including 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒈 and Noe, getting captured. On a wagon heading away, Noe finds out the woman's binds have come loose, and she encourages her to roll off the cart and run back to Dahomey. While captive, Noe helps 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒈 try to fix her broken arm. The young woman returns to Dahomey and informs Nanisca about the Oyo's plan to retaliate against the Agojie. Ǩ𝒏𝒏 promotes Nanisca but forbids her from acting any further, but she and 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 go behind his back to rescue the others. When the European slavers come for the captives, 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒈 and Noe initiate a fight against them, but 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒈 is fatally shot and dies in Noe's arms as she wails for her sister. Noe is imprisoned, but Malik goes to visit her and tells her how the captives are bound for England, and he wishes to protect her. They are implied to make love after. Nanisca leads the warriors into the European camp for an attack. They set fire to their camp and attack the men before freeing the captives. Malik turns on 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 and frees the captives, causing them to drag him into the water, where they beat him and hold his head underwater until he drowns. Noe helps Nanisca engage in battle as she finally goes to face off against 𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. The man attempts to beat Nanisca, but she overpowers him and impales him, finally killing him. Everyone returns home, and Noe parts ways with Malik. The Agojie return home with their captives, and Nanisca is confronted by Ǩ𝒏𝒏. While he acknowledges that she disobeyed his orders, he is thankful to her for ending the Oyo Empire and officially promotes her to the title of Woman King. Everyone cheers for her. Noe goes to pay tribute to 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒈, and she is joined by Nanisca. She then addresses Noe as her daughter. The two then go join the others to dance in celebration. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.